Let's move into our first story. Driverless taxis will be on the streets of Dubai by the end of this year, by the end of 2022. So this is crazy, and it's actually happening. His Highness Matar Al Taya, who of course is the Director General, Chairman of the Board of Executive Directors of the RTA, he announced that the start of trials and preparations of these digital maps so cruise autonomous vehicles can hit the streets of Dubai by 2022 have begun. Oof. I know.
That's it.
Dubai will be the first global platform for launching cruise origin cars, and Dubai will also be the first city to operate these vehicles outside of the US.
Now, this will be a vehicle dedicated to shared driverless transport. In 2023, a limited number of cruise autonomous vehicles will be deployed, with a plan to increase the number of deployed vehicles gradually to reach 4,000 vehicles by 2030. And now this initiative enhances Dubai's pioneering role in self-driving transport.
And it's also an important step towards realizing the Dubai Smart Self-Driving Transport Strategy, which is aimed at transforming 25% of total mobility journeys in Dubai into journeys on self-driving transport modes by 2030. So this is another little step to make it happen. You know, we've been talking about this kind of move towards autonomous driving for quite some time, and now we're seeing the very real process of it rolling out, which is creating those digital street maps that these autonomous vehicles will follow.
That's insane. Would you get in one? A self-driving car, taxi?
When it is RTA approved, tried and tested by lots of people, yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Roll with the times.
Roll with the time. I just prefer the human interaction. I've said this like so many times before, but there's so many things. It's like you want that human touch.
You said you prefer the human interaction, but before the show, you also made a very valid point.
That I prefer flying taxis over self-driving taxis. If we had the choice, you know.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty cool. I think we'll see both on the streets. I think there's plan for both, and eventually in Dubai. But isn't it so cool that we're like very much at the forefront of all of this?
It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie.
But like if I like transported myself to so many other cities, or like where I grew up, like we're not even close. And Dubai is so progressive and so innovative.
So true.
Like how soon it will be before they're actually being used among the public for like your Uber, we don't know, but the fact that we're moving there, and obviously the benefits of these are quite strong. So of course for sustainability, also one of the points, human errors are responsible for 90% of accidents, which of course is probably obvious because we're using our phones and things, but still, autonomous vehicles are environmentally friendly, and they can serve a number of customers who may not be able to drive, for example, senior citizens and people of determination. So there's a lot of pros there for the implementation of these.
It's so crazy. It's like when you come into Dubai, it's like you're living in 2050, you're living in the future, and then you go back home and just like, you know, I've traveled back in time. That's what I personally feel like, because Dubai is just so futuristic, smart, everything, convenience, everything's online, and then you just go back and you're waiting in queues, and it's like all paperwork and documents, and just like, what's happened? I've literally traveled back in time.
It's the getting your petrol filled up from your home via an app for me. That's me living in the future, and that's as far as my brain can take me. I can't really get any further than that. But I think that's like one of the cool things I always tell people at home
about the fuels coming to your place.
Yeah, petrol. But isn't it classic? As soon as I got my driving license, they introduced driverless cars. Anyway,
what's happening on that forefront, Casey, when you're getting a license?
I've been trying to book my test, my RTA test, for like 3 weeks at this point, and it's proving a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Yeah.
But this is the final test?
No, I have parking and then final test. So you're going to hear about this for another 6 months, I'm sure.
No, I don't think so, but like 2 more tests. We're getting
there. Literally, I've been trying to book a test for 3 weeks, and I'm sure I'm going to fail parking a couple of times. So
practice. You have so many people around you who have cars. Just practice a bit. You literally do. Anyway.